Hey guys, TJ here. I'm signing back on to the Attorney Trilogy. So, yeah, we're about to talk to this guy, and I doubt it's gonna be fun. What you saw? Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you? Yes! I just want to ask you a couple questions. What's the matter with you? Can't you say I'm busy? You know, so you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons? He's really chucking those seeds at them. That's gotta hurt. Go on, eat this! Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you about Maggie Bird? I don't know any Maggie Bird. Yes, I do. Maggie, the waitress at Très Bien? Tcha, it's a disgrace, I tell you. Another disgrace. A disgrace? It is a young girl revealing herself like that. Revealing? You mean her uniform? The youth of today, they don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you. Not one ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan? Like honor and modesty. Well, what about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing. Your problem is you lack any sense of grace. Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Do you go to Très Bien a lot? A miserable excuse for a restaurant? That garbage they serve in there is not food. Where's the sushi, the tempura, the rice? Très Bien is a French restaurant, sir. Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. And what about those shameless girls? You mean the waitresses? You can see all the way up to there. Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't a... Oh boy. Listen, it's not my restaurant. Tcha, it's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable. He certainly knows the place. He must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just, if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are, you filthy pigeons! You want food? Take that! He must be hiding something, right? If he is, I should be able to see a cyclock or two. Oh! Wait. I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magatama is only on loan. You'd better find it or else. If Pearls ever gets the wind of this, I'm going to be in a world of pain. Excuse me, sir. Can I just ask you about this? Sir? Here you go, boy. How does some pigeon feed sound to you? This wasn't exactly what I was hoping to get out of this guy. Alright. You're just flat out, untalkable. Well, I haven't quite examined the area yet. Oh, there's a magazine here! It's a magazine full of job listings. You disgusting rogue picking up something someone else threw away! Threw away? Did you throw this away? You looking for a job? Get! That's none of your business! Sorry, guess I'll just take the magazine with me then. I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back! Too bad. Now as you want it so bad, I don't want to give it up. Hey, that's mine! God. Don't know if you heard that, but that was some kind of alarm thing on my phone that I don't have. Looking at this orange reminds me. Of what? That you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter? You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know? You don't have to tell me twice. Hey, look! Pigeons! Yeah, and heaps of them, too. Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? That's a dove, not a pigeon. Poor things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it? You're overthinking this one by just a smidge, Maya. Well, there's... right there, or here. There's a white one. Not sure if that's a pigeon or a dove. This place is so fruity. That's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. Then that apple slide is perfect for you. And what is so perfect about it? Oh, come on. Don't be such a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. Ooh! No way. I'd get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone can see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try, too. I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe. Really? You? Sure. Finding iron filings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do. Iron filings? Not fillings. Wow, that's too exciting for words. It was my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sandbox. I was such a kid back then. So, did you manage to get all the iron? No, I never did. I think I came close, though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron filings I found way back when. You want them? No. Just flat out, no. And there's no sliding. So you didn't want me to take this, huh? And you still... okay. He's not talking anymore. But can you tell me about this? Mademoiselle. Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see. Your style is un peu different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations! You have passed. I will hire you. Bien, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick, help! Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both? Have fun, Maya. I'm going to see Maggie. Looks like they have Maggie in questioning. I guess I mastered pretty much everything. I'll come back if there's anything else I need to ask her later. Or not. Hey, Gumshoe. Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh, yeah, one more thing. The retrial has been approved. Court's sitting at 10 AM tomorrow. And Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh. Him. Now listen up, pal. If Maggie's found guilty again... yeah? Oh. I'll make sure you get locked up for good. Got it? Ow. So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know. Hey, what's with the funny looks, pal? I was just her... There wasn't anything like... Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her trade. But that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe sure is swaying up a storm over nothing. Ah, so that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. That was... Note to self. Note to self. Note to self. Gossip with Maya about this later. I almost called her Maggie. Okay, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You gotta keep it a secret, got it? Sure. And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You have to be blind not to say what's on your mind. So, I was wondering... Yeah, we don't even know who the fucking victim is. Could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn Elg. He was a computer programmer. What is it when it's... Like, if you spell it backwards, you get the same thing? I can't remember what that is. I want to say palindrome, but I'm not entirely sure. I see. A programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chef. Said it was the first time he'd seen the guy. Programmer. And a first-time customer at that. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But her motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal. I'm real busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through these papers. Look into yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh. That's right. The judge already ruled on the case and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. So I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there and a bit off base sometimes. But she was a good cop. That's not exactly complimentary, you know? So, what do you really think happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. And there was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table? Not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. But didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece too? Yeah, that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? He didn't have a CD player? You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Trebian didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. What's that? Sports paper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Trebian. It's dated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something here. Take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey! What is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber! Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good. I can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I want to get a handwriting analysis done and scribble. Handwriting, huh? It'd be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. I bet this will turn out to be an interesting clue. The only thing I can think about is Maggie. Chef Très Bien, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. The label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know, there's something about that guy. You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal. Give me a break. He's not my type. I can't stop thinking he's involved with this case somehow. Sounds like he knows a little something more about our charming chef. So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Très Bien? It's, kinda hard to say. The guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant, gossipy stuff. You know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Très Bien and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I get a choice in this, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef in Très Bien and report back to Gumshoe. Poor Maya. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's really taking a shine to her. And I suppose I'll just have to let her work at the restaurant for a while. I'll go pick her up from Très Bien once things have cooled off. But we need to go to Très Bien. Scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Oh! Hello. Who was that just now? A customer? She's injured! She had sort of dark aura about her. Welcome, bienvenue! Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, that was Maya. Oh, it's just you, Nick. Maya? Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. You're my first ever customer. Then who was that woman I just saw? Oh, since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I am kind of hungry, actually. So, how do you like your new job, Maya? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring in their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Now, of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice looking restaurant. It's a shame people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra cute waitress! Check out my gimme a tip smile. Hey, Nick, why don't you order something? The chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment. Or so he says. How much is it? It's the twin tea set, so it's $20, of course. The twin tea set? I believe I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't! Come on, Nick. It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I'm gonna try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen! A lunch special, please! With all the extras! Drink, side salad, dessert, and gift! I don't need any of that! Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. So how much is this set much then? $20, huh? But with the drink, side salad, and dessert, it's $45? Hey, wait a sec! Maya! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are, our deluxe fortified lunch set. Whoa. A dish inspired by lobster and abalone French fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit! Thanks? Come on, Nick, hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch goes. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here. It's yours. Really? Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate. I just remembered. I've got to clean the toilets. Hey! You can't be in that much of a hurry to clean toilets. How does that guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now, what was it Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all of the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen? That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up! Maya! What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? There goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. I'd better conduct a search in the kitchen myself. And here it is, the famous champion kitchen. It's my first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we'd better search quickly. Chop chop! The Magatama! Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey, Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Duh! Look! Right there on the counter! My Magatama! What's it doing here? What indeed? Alright. We got the Magatama back. What's this? Looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow! Look at all these little bottles! Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 98, 99, 100. They're all the same, too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And it doesn't smell. So what's that liquid inside then? I wonder. Hey, Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? It looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool! Read one out. And say it in your best French accent. With intensity, okay? Okay. Here's one. It's called Princeps. The two of them, like actors from a film, is a coffee still undrunk. Sweet nothing's over too soon. On that sad Sunday morning, the foolish cocktail is so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea and know what I will do. I must delight you, I must. Huh? That's it? Yep, that's a poem for you. Okay, now we got more. And look at these knives, they look really sharp. I like to see how one of those slices are a cheesecake. A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. It must be the lobster and abalone fricassee with the balsamic vinegar. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe. But what you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. What are these lace curtains for? But they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? Okay, is that everything? Looks like it. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to Gumshoe. Have fun. Hey, you're just in time! What is it, Detective Gumshoe? The lab got back to me on that newspaper you gave me. He must mean the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did they say? Did the analysis turn up anything? They said the doodle was written by the victim, Glenn Elk. No doubt about it. I expected as much. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment. MC Bomber. I get the feeling I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh well, guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant. Okay, pal? Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe? Although, I get the feeling there's something I need to show him. Like, this is labelless bottle? You got one of those aroma bottles too, huh? Only this one doesn't smell. I don't get you. This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look the same, wouldn't you agree? A cologne bottle that doesn't smell, huh? Smells like a skunk to me, pal! Mind letting me borrow that for a while? I want to send it to the lab for analysis. The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef. You suspect John Armstrong? I've got that guy's number. I know what his secret is. That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before. Guess I better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean. Please do. So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret? You ever had a lunch at Trabian, pal? Yes. So how was it? To put it nicely, it was inedible. Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty it's because of the food. I mean, the place is clean and he's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so... Yeah, I guess it's probably the food. Real scoop on the guy is he's up to his ears in debt. Really? How much does he owe? This is a copy of his loan contract. He's about $500,000 in it. Jesus Christ, dude! $500,000? Are we talking dollars? Yeah. Hey, if it was sterling, he'd really be in trouble. Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise. Yeah, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that chef's got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch. Okay, The owner of the loan is Tender Lender. It's for $500,000, pal. That's, $500,000 bills. What was the in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case? I can't give you an answer on that, pal. Not without the case file in front of me. But I'll tell you this. That Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know. No, I don't. But I think I sort of get the picture. Here. What do you make of this? Sorry, pal. I'm not eating... I'm not eating that poison. I wonder if the old man will. That's a that it's not bad, but it's pretty beat up. The old guy's not here anymore. Trats. I still have some unanswered questions for him. And a plate of poison for him to taste. A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? Wheel guarded and the light are busted. Guess it must have been an accident. It's totally wrecked. Think we found our phony. He's got the same hair and all that stuff. Why does he look like someone out of Yakuza? Or Fist of the North Star? Or maybe even One Piece? Hey, what did you think you was doing with my bike? No, I was just... You've been messing with my new ride? Is that what you've been doing? New ride? Is that kind... You're gonna pay for this? It wasn't me! I was just passing by! Hey, then who's the one that covered my saddle and crap, huh? I'm trying to get his... I'm trying to figure out how this guy is talking. Bear with me. You's gonna pay, you catch my drift? Wait. A wise guy, eh? He'd probably kind of sound like a tough guy Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh! A wise guy, eh? I'll beat you so hard it'll make you feel it'll feel like you're smooching the express train. Uh-oh. You's better watch back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay. Actually, I'm a lawyer myself. What'd you say? I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Phoenix Wright? You saying you Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I am. So you're a wise guy too, huh? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only. What? Out of my way, I gotta cruise. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony. Was he? He wasn't anything like me! Guess I better make a note of the scooter. I was just taking a drink, dude. Is the old guy back? God, pathetic. Yep, the old guy's back. Oh, it's you. I feel throw from a little brat like that. And you look like a pigeon that's got seeds in his eyes. Have you been here the whole time, then? I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do. More like you had some cowering to do. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? It's just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir? There you are, filthy bitches, you want food? There we go! 3 of them, wow. I knew it. This old guy's got something to hide. What could it be? Well, let's, present the food? Okay. I'm not sure if I have what's needed to break them. Let's see what the first question is. It's time you told me the truth. Why are you a regular at a restaurant that you dislike so much? Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to restaurants. To eat. To eat. Is that the whole truth? What do you mean? I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all. You insolent brat! How dare you accuse me? What proof have you got? I can tell you that you nor anyone else would go to this place for its food. Because here's its food. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu. That's what Twin Cities said! The food at Très Bien is terrible. And expensive. You're wrong. It's cheap. I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born other than feeding the pigeons. What a load of crock. The taste's another story, but the price got nothing to me. So you're saying you go there because you've got money to burn? Exactly. I have so much cash. I go for a swim in my money vault every day. Unfortunately, that's a lie. You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. This proves it. This is yours, right? My magazine. Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job? So what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need to spend the money. Oh? I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the Javachino. Yeah. I think I mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does a cappuccino cost there? $8. Those had better be some golden beans. What's your problem? You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater, do you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there is really that great. No, it's not. But anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day. Newspapers? Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there. I'm sorry, sir, but there are no free papers to read at Très Bien. Take a look at this. What is it? It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Très Bien. So, what of it? This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago. What? Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth? I'm not hiding anything! I'm going to have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Très Bien is because of Maggie. What are you asking me about that girl for? She was the waitress at Très Bien. Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress. But I don't recognize that face. And you're probably telling the truth here, because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you could think about, isn't it? I can't take it. To you, that waitress was your... Enough! Please! No more! Stop saying that word! Stop saying waitress! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Sir. Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful devil. No, I didn't mean it like that. I have to get one of those lousy cups of cappuccino every time. For $8! All because of serving girl. Punish me. Lock me up. Really, that's not what I'm here for. You'll be the same. Another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is to be an old man like me. No, really. Listen, sir. Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy. So show some respect. I'm Victor Kudo. Sorry, Mr. Kudo. You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Oh, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more. This guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident. Which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. I don't believe this. I even broke the cyclocks and everything. Guess I'll have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. No, that's not. He's... okay. Oh, sure, this. You really wouldn't want to know that your temporary boss is $500,000 in fucking debt? Are you kidding me? Also, the scooter's pink and purple. Was that all they had, or did he... whatever. Better go talk to Gumshoe. Never mind. I'd love to know where that girl is. Oh, wait, I know the guy's name, so... guess you to tell you about her. Probably warn you about him, too. Oh, it's that old man! Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed me as well. Got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Huh? Me? Why? There's something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay, I'll just get changed. Nope, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess? Sir? You again. Oh, well, I see. Nick, his eyes are burning into me. It's okay, I think it's going pretty well. Huh? You're still just a little child. Run along and play with the slide, alright? Play on the slide? You were so close. Just a little more and you would have spilled. Pigeon. How could we crack this guy? Excuse me, please, sir. Quiet! Can't you see I'm feeding the pigeon? Oh! Hi, Mia! Is that good enough for you? Mia! Well... If you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk to you. Yes. Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo. Even from beyond the grave. Wow! About the incident. You mean the man who died after drinking the Javachino? It's like he's a different person. It's quite a shock, even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. The girl who took the Javachino over to him, you see. And was the customer alone? Definitely! He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of the Javachino and he said something like "Arg!" and then collapsed. Dead. Oh, how terrifying. You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know. He certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Do you like the food at Trebian? Well, of course. I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know. Set up a casino in London. Really? How interesting. Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France. What a lovely story. London's in England, not France. Oh, yeah, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I've won. France. I can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. You visit Trebian a lot, don't you? Of course. I mean, yes. I'd like to come and see you there. Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure. Careful about that chef, my dear. The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong? That's right. The man's an ex-con. He's an ex-con? Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do? No, no, those eyes! I can't take this! Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand. He steals things from his customers. From his customers? Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pilfer, so you be careful around him, my dear. Are you sure about this? Of course! He was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my cappuccino. He really is a regular. Let me write you a little haiku about it. A haiku? A Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef. Convicted before, a wicked man or woman repeated offender. If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement. Poor guy. Couldn't do enough for Mia. Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help. Thanks, Mia. I got some really important information thanks to you. Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation. Had enough of being a waitress? Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant. Ooh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, no. How can you leave me like this? I'm sorry? That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a Cyclock or 3, didn't he? I'm going to have to break those. Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Volunteers! Of course! Just in case I screw it all up. I'm using the Magatama you stole from me, you bastard. What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Lord, I will confess everything. Just don't doubt me. Huh? Oh, well, that was a new record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket. The man who died there and had a lottery ticket. For $500,000. $500,000? Oui, but after that incident, this ticket... it disappeared. The ticket disappeared? This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. They said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? My lord. You have tried to hide... You've been trying to hide this information about a lottery ticket from me. and I want to know the reason why. No, monsieur, you doubt me, but I have confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. You. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there's a very high probability that it was you. Wow. That is one piercing screaming for a man like him. I'm so glad I didn't try to emulate it. I am not Tricky Wee. I cannot sound like a pterodactyl. My poor moi? Why? You have no evidence. I am not Master Mask. I am not the kind of person who steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems. Please, read it, and put some feeling into it. Convicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you've been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Mon Dieu! Le mensonge! You are a liar! You deny it? Do not make that false accusations, s'il vous plaît. So, do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers. What would prove it? Oh yeah! Right! You stole the fucking Magatama! Seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong. What is that? This is my Magatama. And I found it in your kitchen. No! Wow. That screen just about broke some windows. Oui. I have a weakness for the little trinkets and the figurines. My hand just slips out, and I cannot stop it. You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right? Oui, it is the truth. I am just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Besides, this time, it was not for a small trinket, oui? It was $500,000. My non, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money. Really now? Oh, monsieur, what is it? Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And that you're in desperate need of a large amount of cash? But this restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it? You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place? The man, he was listening to the radio with his earpiece. Maggie said something about that too. The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, he exploded. Yes! $500,000! He shouted. And the ticket? Oui, he had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I put the poison in his coffee. No. Oh no, you naughty man. I simply upped myself to one of his tickets. What? The victim collapsed, and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, pourquoi? He had so many of them. Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you. No, This is not true. I did not take it. Not ticket for up a million, I mean. But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket. My no, Muffy. It was not. That's enough. Huh? Ah! Mr. Godot! Oh, hi. I gotta say, you really clash with this place. What in the heck are you doing here? Ugh. This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. You came here for coffee? This is graveyard for coffee, no bounds. Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day of question. I am Ed? No? Just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at. But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion. He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor. So, the ticket he took was worthless. Not quite. He did win something. $1. You see? I am just a pretty face. Without the looks, I have nothing. So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed. What did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we? Why are you two? Time to laugh at the pretty little Red. Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Looks like we got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go? I've got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this. And certainly not again. Pretty much. Are you gonna bring up this Jeffrey witness? I will absolutely destroy him, and not in the way he would probably prefer. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Are you doing alright? How are you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, sir. Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger! And you! Yes? You better square this case away. You got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious. Hey, detective. You're on our side for once, right? Yup. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Of course! I got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, you make sure to point it out, alright? Sure. So basically just what usually happens. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You got me? I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. It never goes smoothly with any prosecutor we deal with. Never went smoothly with Edgy, never went smoothly with Franny. Ain't gonna go smoothly with Godot. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Retrial, actually. The defense is ready, Your Honor. There's the coffee! Ah. Bitter. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating. No, that wasn't me. It was that phony Phoenix. I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty? So, Mr. Goodell, your opening statement, please. Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we'll find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. So you can't say my name right. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's why I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another. As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please, summon your first witness. You always look so scared when you're on the witness stand. Sometimes you just gumshoe. Take a chill pill. I'm not gonna be that hard on you. Maybe. Let's start with the formality, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective, occupation Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, detective. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now. I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake. I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline the court the basic facts of the case? I swear I keep changing the judge's fucking voice every time he talks. Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screen Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. The court accepts this into evidence. Potassium cyanide. If I can remember, I think potassium cyanide has no scent? Maybe. Don't quote me on this. I am in no way a poison professional. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. Okay, so if it's between then, Either he died immediately at 1:30 or it took him an hour for the cyanide to kick in. Then here are all the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress being the accused. Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip from the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, or the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elk, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Using the darker aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seems to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but... Yes? Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. It's understood. I already told you! That wasn't me! Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now. It doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said. And Well, killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction. Hey. Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. There are two testimonies tied up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Press harder. Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. The argument is as weak as the coffee at Trebian Trite. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning. That's not Godot. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that, with such a clear view of this scene of the crime... How, Mr. Try, could anyone have overlooked the second person at the table? It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe? Huh? How did I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup, and nowhere else. Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Objection! Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? The victim took his coffee black, with no sugar. It seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? Press everything. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? Huh? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right! That's what I was thinking! In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. For me? Oh, hey, you're right! You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir? Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? Again! Oh, shit. Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, no, I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this! Again, you should really be careful when you're just gulping down hot fucking coffee. That'll really burn your mouth, tongue, and throat. Maybe your intestines, too. For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. Potassium cyanide. I've heard of that chemical before. Exactly how strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe? That stuff's lethal. Eat too much in your history. How much is too much? A lethal dose is 0.2 grams. That's about enough to finish anyone off. 0.2 grams? How much is that? You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much. Earwax, huh? Sounds like something Gumshoe's got an abundance of. Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere. Some kind of a motive. Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion. Objection. You know what my golden rule is, Detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, Detective. And now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe. They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, it's possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder? Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? Order! Order! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court, immediately! Better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Yeah, he might steal it. This ticket was presented to the court in a previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she's charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There's also the matter of the $500,000 ticket, lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for the sum of money, I might even be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie's starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled her guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance with the one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron that the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's like the cleanest apron I've seen. The stain looks like it can't be blood, can it? It seems the star of our play was a little flustered and somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about the apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What? Order! 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 Does the corporal accept these items into evidence? Are we just going to ignore the big red splotch on the damn thing? The guy could have been wearing gloves. There's something still bothering me. Mr. Goodall, why have you not explained the blood? Thank you! Thank you! Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor! The blood-colored stain that's smeared all over the apron! That's ridiculous! No one told me anything about a blood... How could you not notice that? You look at it, it is the first thing you will notice. Because a coffee stain? Yeah, that sounds about normal. But blood? Nah. You don't need to be told, just look at it. Well, detective, could the stain really be blood? No, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. Ketchup? She must have gotten some on her apron while taking some on their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Pull a stunt like that again, I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They've all been clearly established. Well, Troy, seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kinda scary old man, most likely Victor. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. Must have been real tough for her. Victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. That was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. That actually kind of scares me with that phrase. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're actually talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after a report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them. And seeds. Seeds. It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I'd like to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that. All pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional birdwatcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? He didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Wait a sec. Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and the puppy eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Trabian. We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? So, what sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? Sorry about that. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? Hang on, I've still got one more question to ask. Oh, okay, maybe not. I got the right question. Okay, moving on. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. I had a department party on the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. Objection! Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to. If I had anything. It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness. So, the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole $1 with it. What a lucky guy, huh? just going to let him get away with it? It was just $1, detective. I guess no one cares when it's that little. Except for Gumshoe. Trying to find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. We can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us anything. Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you've ever been. That was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. Bit of a long shot. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! Okay, no thanks, just waiting, so hurry up, will ya? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trapian. Where then did the medicine disappear to? You are too cool, pal! Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Wait, what? Order! Order! Well, Mr. Goodall, what do you have to say to that? That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, will ya? What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear New Ear Otolaryngological what the fuck is that? Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from? Mr. Goodall. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. What? It's mentioned in the autopsy report. If you read the fine print, they found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is. In the very, very fine print. Seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. And therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No. Nick? If you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. She's right. I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Only moments before, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of the medication while he was at Trebian. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? Aha! But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth. You know as well as I do the medication's irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the copy the waitress served would contain it either. But it did! The possibility is undeniable. Ugh. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot? Give him a while, I think he needs to reboot. I forgot my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant the day of the murder. Victor Kudo? The pigeon hater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems to be more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Yay! Good job, Nick. The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. We'll see about that. Phew! That was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir! No, it's my line! I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about the lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I never want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seats. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. You gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. Prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? I would have figured they'd call the chef first. Name and occupation if you don't mind. Name's Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. Your occupation? Sure. Listen, Yanin. How much do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests onto kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you can embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much to demand for that kind of thing. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh, yeah. I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, huh? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps? Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it all. Then please, tell the court. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail. He's really getting into this. The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, and it looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. Asked the serving girl. Right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. Mr. Kudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. Gah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones, Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell ya. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenn Elg? I want to know if Goodson Braun retained his court championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question, there were partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting on a table on the other side of the restaurant, correct? I go to that place to drink cappuccino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Mr. Kudo, that's a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. But his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into the cappuccino as well. But I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you please enlighten us? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there. Did she really put that into the coffee? You tell me, boy? She took out a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is! That's the one. That's a bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume. So, what did that accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? He took just one sip. You youngins, you waste everything. Those cappuccinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop and eaten the cup and then died. Congratulations, you've earned the title of battiest man to grace the courtroom. So it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible. Oh, yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the cappuccino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Yeah, I know that feeling. And the waitress? I presume she's... You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? Such a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry. You can see all the way up to her, you know, she's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear that such uniform. Even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further Please spare the court of any further mental anguish related bitch. How can Alex sign you? I guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things I recognize about her too. Care to explain then? He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press. Always press. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant, I would ask you add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair. Her apron straps were loose. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face. As if I wouldn't remember that! The witness noticed the straps in the accused's apron. He's unlucky to make a mistake about her face. That's right! I can tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair as well. It was red! So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair, the straps in her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination? Objection! People have all kinds of fetishes, right? We don't need to embarrass the witness. Listen, you young upstarts! I haven't got some sick strap fetish! Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright? I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress's straps. I said I haven't got a strap fetish! How many times do I have to repeat myself? Very well. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless. Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess? She makes a good point, though. Hey, did I just see something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Ask about the waitress's back. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all? Objection! He's got you there, Gramps. Why did you object to that? People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the waitress's face, yes? No question about it! I ain't come this far to back down now. Mr. Kudo never backs down. That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. Wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, I need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. Which would probably mean at that particular... here. Present Maggie's profile. What? Excuse? He... That statement clearly says that he didn't see anything. Would he have seen this? Oh, he definitely would have seen that. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing with soup fills just like you perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like, just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Hmm? Well, you have what it caught. What is it? Ever since I said you have witted Claude, there's been an eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Huh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from front. Oops. That is the tamest freakout I have seen? Just a simple oops. Witness, you can't just oops your way out of this. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain! My nugget's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. He can't remember. Apparently more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another one in those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He looks like he's wearing one of those scouters from Dragon Ball Z. So, was the Phoenix Phoenix's power level over 9,000? There you go. DBZ reference for you. Lame one, but yeah. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling his pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. testimony we have just now was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Ah, yes. I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we gonna handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory's shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose. But which one I do best? Again, press everything. Spectacles. Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some, and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance. We better come up with something sharp, and quick! Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. The newspaper was a sports paper, wasn't it? That young hooligan! I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all the wrestling going on? I need to find out if Guts and Braun retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted it so bad, why didn't you buy your own? What are you looking at me like that for? How dare you judge me? Ow! Ow! Gus and Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. The wireless? That get it, young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to wireless. Boy. And using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? What are you looking at me like that for? I thought you felt sorry for me. Ow! Ow! You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or from behind? My eyes don't lie! Ow! 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 Better not push it until I got some hard evidence. His free hand. Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before? Cloth ears. I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his... Ow! Ow! Perhaps the great Mr. Trey has 3 hands. Yeesh. I was only asking. No need to gain up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do. Even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake, and he's ours. The coffee stain. The handle is in a position where, from where I'm sitting, would be picked up by the right hand, not the left. Oh my god, I think I spat on the monitor at some point. Don't remember when. Oops. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of the testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper with his right hand, while drinking the coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes. And on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup with his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court's waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. Wait! If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup with his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's a dead young hot bot in you, you spiky-haired yahoo or a false... Who? Me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough for you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Kudo! But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain! You can rely on Victor! The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the coffee, too. Picked up the cup, actually. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup with his left hand. You know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye? It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling you the truth. It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts. In good old black and white. Or white and blue, in this case. I hate to do this in the middle of the trial, but I'm going to have to end the episode here. Next episode, we will cross-examine what is hopefully this old guy's final testimony. So, till then, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.